Welcome, fellow English department staff members. While 21st century literary skills are not a new concept for us as educators, I wanted to use this presentation to push the envelope of what texts we choose in the classroom to enhance 21st century literacy. We all recognise that literacy skills in English today encompass much more than the traditional ideas of reading print-based texts and writing. While these remain important skills, to be literate in our digitally saturated age now requires students to be multi-literate, which means able to make meaning, participate in, form and understand social connections with a variety of textual modes. Multi-literate people critically use and produce traditional and modern texts, utilising linguistics, gestural, audio, spatial and visual features and considering socio-cultural influences and authorial bias. In terms of applying these concepts, we are all familiar with the New London Group's seminal work proposing 4 pedagogies for teaching new literacies in the classroom: situated practice, overt instruction, critical framing and transformed practice. These pedagogies can be employed in any order, but are most effectively used together, rather than individually, in a scaffolded learning environment. With some creativity, I believe these pedagogies can be effective to enhance literacy skills in 2 very non-traditional, but incredibly permeating modes: social media and gaming. Well, it is untrue to say every adolescent is a digital native and every teacher a digital immigrant. The majority of students will have spent their entire lives surrounded by technology. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, on average, Australian teenagers spend up to 18 hours per week online and are the most prolific age demographic using the internet. The bulk of this time is spent on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Social media is a platform that is very underutilised as an educational resource in our school, and I suspect 3 main reasons for this. Social media is undervalued as a multimodal source in education. We as teachers may not use social media, thus we don't consider it as an appropriate integrated classroom technology, and fears about cyberbullying. It is understandable that we want to prevent environments where bullying may occur, and increased access to technology and social media platforms has been related to students being more likely to engage in cyberbullying. Though this should not deter us from utilising social media. Rather, given the increased role of social media in society, we should view social media as a platform to teach students how to be responsible and ethical online citizens. Lessons the New London Group emphasised as being vital to a 21st century education. We need to understand that social media has become if not the key form of communication for adolescents. In Australia, 91% of 15 to 19-year-olds regularly use social media, and 70% of students post content every day. By updating blogs, posting updates, pictures and videos, and commenting on others' posts, students are producing multimodal texts that have the ability to connect people around the world and enhance participatory culture. Bringing this platform into the classroom by having students commenting on each other's or others' responses to texts and themes, for example, could further engage students by connecting their social knowledge to their active learning. These activities can be seen as examples of utilising the situated practice and transformed practice in drawing on students' social worlds and backgrounds to create comments or posts, and also critical analysis by getting students to consider others and their own opinions about influences on the text. Thus, social media as an ICT should be viewed as a solid educational tool as it passes the tech pack approach of content, appropriate technology and pedagogy. As teachers often limit their teaching pedagogies to their personal knowledge, perhaps we should endeavour to participate more on social media in our social lives to better understand this key form of adolescent communication. Another underutilised technology in the classroom is video games. 94% of children aged 6 to 15 play video games regularly. On average, Australians spend 1.5 hours gaming per day. These statistics show that gaming technology is a growing part of adolescent social lives. As video games are rich, prevalent multimodal texts, being able to interact with these games represent an important 21st century literacy skill. As video games are not viewed as traditional texts, it is even more important for students to understand the socio-cultural influences that shape these texts. Even though children and teens are increasingly using various interactive technologies, Several research